the snap. Here it comes. Pressure coming once again. Picked up. Gives it to Price. He's got a lane. Picks up the first down. A block. Can he get across? And he does. A little spinneroonie at the 2.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
And they're there for a reason. Cliche adages. Pitching wins in the playoffs. Pitching wins. And if you look at all 4 games last night, it was pitching that won. All 4 games yesterday in Major League Baseball. Cubs win 2-1. Great pitching. Tigers win 2-1. Great pitching. Red Sox win 3-1. Great pitching. We're going to get into that. Blake Snell gave you 7 innings of shutout ball before you turned an 8-0 lead over to the Dodger bullpen. 8 runs was barely enough. Dodgers win 10-5. Pitching will win in the postseason. We got pretty good stories going in Major League Baseball. And we got a little breaking news in the NFL. Good morning to you, boys and girls. It is the opening drive. Thank you for finding us on a Wednesday morning. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
It do a lot. You watched a lot of baseball yesterday?
The baseball was very, very good.
It was very, very good to me. Do you know where that comes from? Baseball being very, very good to me. You know what that's from?
No.
Garrett Wilson. It was the character on Saturday Night Live was Chico Escuela back in the John Belushi days, and he would come on and baseball being very, very good to me. That was the character. Chico Escuela was the character's name. Garrett. Why am I forgetting his last name? Anyway, yeah, it was good. It was good. It started off with, how about the Tigers? What did I tell you about the Tigers? They're not there yet, but I had a weird feeling. No? Now we got to find somebody else.
Cy Young, a winner on the mound. You got a chance.
He was terrific. 14 strikeouts and 7 2/3 innings for Terry Skubal. And then the ninth inning starts off with a ground ball up the middle, a diving stop that the first baseman can't scoop. It rolls into the Bermuda Triangle over there off of right field first base. And you got a leadoff guy on third base for Cleveland. And bouncer back to the mound, and terrific play by the pitcher to run him down, and they get out of it. And yet, if you're a Tiger fan, you had to be sick at that point, right?
Yes.
I mean, this was, here we go. This is the whole season in a capsule. We're leading all day long or all season long until the very end, and here it comes, and Cleveland's going to nip us again. It was, and they get out of it. It was pretty spectacular the way that thing's ended. Chicago got back-to-back home runs from Suzuki and Kelly in the 5th, and I was sitting there watching a great pitching performance there too. Everywhere you go, JJ, I think starting pitching in the playoffs matters. Do you still think it does?
Of course, it can set the tone.
But
it's also magnified in a 3-game series.
Right. Who's your top 3? But we watched the team win the World Series last year, the Dodgers, and it was all about their bullpen. Right? Dave Roberts literally had bullpen games in the World Series, which we've never really seen before. You watched what the Cubs threw out yesterday, and look, Boyd was great. He was good. Pivetta was really good until he wasn't for the Padres. Blake Snell was terrific. He went 7 innings, and I thought he could have gone more. But talked to Aaron Boone about pulling Max Fried after 6 1/3. Right? This is where the pitch count thing, and when is too much? When can you let a pitcher go? Like Aaron Boone's going to get he's getting just cooked. The Yankees manager for pulling Max Fried. Fried went 6 1/3, just over 100 pitches. Struck out 6, walked 3, gave up 4 hits, was up 1-0 when they pulled it. Turned it over to the bullpen, and Weaver comes in and he loses the game. Meanwhile, on the other side, Crochet was terrific, went 7 2/3, gave up 1 run. And then Chapman comes in and closes it with a 4-out save. When do you push it? as a manager? When does pitch count give way to how do you feel, how do you look? And it should be now,
It
right?
should be right now because you don't have time in the postseason to let those averages play out. It's get it done now. The Max Fried one makes no sense to me.
Where he was
That
what?
one makes absolute zero sense.
that he got him pulled. I think I'm with you. He looked good. Aaron Boone said he didn't feel that he was as sharp the last few innings. He got a double play ball to get out of the sixth, and Boone said he was going to pull him after the sixth, and then he let him go back out, and then he a third of an inning later he was done. That one, and he's just getting cooked for it. Meanwhile, Crochet on the other side goes 7 2/3, and was terrific, and the Red Sox beat the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. This feels bigger, not just because it is what it is, right? The playoffs, you survive in advance, you lose and you're out. There's something about it being the Red Sox on the other side of the wild card round, right? For a Yankees team that tied for the best record of the American League, that yet still had to play in the wild card round because they lose the tiebreaker to Toronto. And so they draw their rivals on the other side, who was the last team to get into the playoffs in the American League, and now they find themselves down a game and facing elimination tonight. It can go nuclear in that organization if they lose this series. Because
you already can't lose.
right, and then you throw the Red Sox.
you throw the Red Sox on top of
Right.
that.
Right.
Have fun trying to navigate your way out of that one.
So you think Aaron Boone should have left him in, right?
Yeah, at that point, you let him go out, gets the out.
Yep.
He wasn't in trouble yet.
Right. I agree with you. Yeah.
Ride that momentum one more inning.
Yeah, and look, I there's two sides of this thing. The game is the game, and people say you don't manage or you don't coach differently in the postseason, and then there's others who say you absolutely do because it is different, right? A game in mid-June, I'm watching pitch count. I'm worried about the long run. A game in October, I know it was September 30th, but essentially October. Do you throw pitch count out the window and say, how do you feel, how do you look?
It's how do you feel, how do you look when you're talking about 100 or 105 pitches. When you start getting 120, 130,
Okay.
yeah, the dudes have not thrown that all year, so you can't just say it's October, throw that, because then you might waste him for the rest of the post.
Well, you're going to need a full 3 to 4 days rest, but if you look at what you've got TV and you're not pitching the rest of the series anyway, then you're going to get a day off, and so we won't start game one of the next series if you get through. Right? I push a little bit back on it. So let's say he just gets to 120, and I feel good, and he's still throwing whatever his number is, and he's still finding locations, still getting dudes out.
Well, if you're doing that at 120, it's a different story. Not many guys are doing that.
Okay.
It's a different age, man. Like, you have to protect the pitcher from himself even at that point in time, because you can't never hit that number and then think, oh, it's postseason baseball, my dude's throwing 130 pitches.
Yeah.
Like, you're just not going to be able to come from that back, not even 4 days later.
Yeah, how's my dude feeling? Pitch count's always been a strange thing to me, too. Like we don't count warm-up pitches, right? We don't count. I mean,
I'm sure they're monitored, but they're probably not the same velocity.
you watch some guys warm up in the bullpen, though? You
Well,
watch some guys
they know
towards the
that
end?
they're doing it. That's their clip is that right there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Versus-
and bullpen guys are different because they're throwing it in. Dodgers win. 2 home runs by Shohei Ohtani. The second one was a bomb. Teoscar Hernandez hits 2 home runs. Blake Snell was terrific. Blake Snell went 7 innings for LA and gave up 4 hits, struck out 9. Blake Snell was in command. Turns over an 8-0 lead to that blowtorch of a bullpen. Yeah, it got kind of weird, didn't it? How'd you feel watching that thing? You're not a Dodger fan, but how'd you feel?
I'm like, where's Michael Conforto? No, it was what you expect for the Dodgers. You need the mindset of Garrett Crochet, who went to Alex Cora on Monday and said, you will make 1 call to the bullpen. And if you're Dave Roberts, you almost need to look at your starters and be like, you do not let me call the bullpen. You throw 180 pitches. I don't care.
All right,
now.
how many pitches did Snell throw? He was south of 100, right? Is that in the box score somewhere? I
Oh,
know-
yeah.
where-
Those are in the box score.
But, oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Snell threw 91 pitches. If that game is 2-0 instead of 8-0, does he come out for the 8th?
Yes.
I think that's right. But instead, the Dodgers used 4 pitchers to get through the last 2 innings. And it was Vesia, Enriquez, and Dreyer just to get through the 8th. And then Trinan came in and closed out the 9th and was fine. But you look at that and you say, holy smokes, man. Cincinnati with 2 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th. And what happened? That's a concern. It's gonna come get them. Padres get beat 3-1 in Chicago, and then the Tigers 2-1 in Cleveland. We'll go again today. We got them starting back at 11 o'clock again this morning. It's Cleveland and Detroit with the Guardians having a win. 1 o'clock in Chicago with the Padres. 4 o'clock Red Sox, Yankees, and we'll go 7 o'clock tonight in Los Angeles. Yoshinobu Yamamoto against Zach Littell for Cincinnati, and Dodgers try to close that one out. All right, we got a ton to do today. There's some breaking news in the National Football League. Quarterback news I want to get to when we get back. There's a change in a starting quarterback for another team. You already knew about the New York Giants. Another team made a change at quarterback this morning. To tell you who it is. Shador, are you listening? 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Area code 505-246-0610. Emails come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Find us on the X, or find JJ on the X because it's really him, at _JJ Buck. And we are on TV. Facebook, the OD and the AM. You can watch us there. Xfinity Channel 26 across the state of New Mexico. And on the YouTube channel for Pro View Networks. Guest list today, Sean Ryder's going to be with us at 9 o'clock. He is the beat writer for Lobo Football, covering them for the Albuquerque Journal. We'll do Ryder on the radio coming up at 9 o'clock as Lobos get set to go to California. Open up Mountain West Conference play on Friday in San Jose against the Spartans, a desperate football team. And Jason Eck talked about that a little bit yesterday at his press conference as well. We'll get into that with Sean Ryder. We'll do all that when we come back. The breaking news in the NFL and a change at quarterback for, I'll tell you who it is. Thinking about an event, planning an event. You got a holiday party coming up. It is now October 1, right? It is time to plan your parties, plan your events. It is the Albuquerque Convention Center. Take that event to the next level. Versatile spaces meet every need. This venue offers more than a place. It is an experience. From stunning local art on every wall, mouth-watering food and drink options, your guests will be impressed at every turn. It's easy to get to, right in downtown Albuquerque. It's the perfect location to make your event unforgettable. Parking adjacent, easy in, easy out, and they go above and beyond. The service is spectacular. Every year we take our teams for the Isleta New Mexico Bowl for an event at the convention center. Why do we do that? Because they treat our guests the way we need our guests to be treated. Whether your meetings are small, private gatherings, or large expos, conferences, even giant celebrations. Let the team at the Albuquerque Convention Center, their service team, their catering team, go above and beyond expectations. Make your vision a reality in a space designed to impress. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Go to albuquerquecc.com, get all your information, and give them a call at 505-768-4575. Area code 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing.
All right, a little breaking news. The National Football League this morning. Where'd Shedeur Sanders get drafted? I forget. I didn't really forget. Where is he?
Cleveland.
The Cleveland Browns have benched starting quarterback Joe Flacco. And they will start the rookie this weekend in their game against the Minnesota Vikings in London. That rookie, of course, is third-round draft pick Dylan Gabriel, not Shedeur. Shedeur will remain the third-string quarterback. Joe Flacco will be the second-string quarterback. Browns players got the word this morning. Adam Schefter's reporting all this. The team officially announced the decision later this morning after speaking with the team. Didn't put out a depth chart, but Schefter's reporting that Shedeur will be number 3. Flacco started the first 4 games. He's thrown 6 interceptions, including a pair of first-half interceptions last week against the Lions. Dylan Gabriel came in the final series against Detroit. Also did that in the last possession of the 41-7 smackdown against the Ravens. Flacco has the NFL-high 8 turnovers and a QBR that ranks only above Cam Ward. So through 4 games, the Browns have the NFL's second lowest scoring offense, averaging 14 points a game. And so they're going with Gabriel out of Oregon, who played 6 years in college at UCF, at Oklahoma, at Oregon. And here we go. So the Dylan Gabriel. So now Shador is, what, one change away from getting a shot? How do you think this gets received? I mean, it's about time they made a change.
Yeah, Flacco just was not showing the explosiveness. There's been the turnovers the last couple of years in his game, but you were at least getting some big plays, and he didn't have that same vibe this year. The offense was stuck in the mud. He wasn't being able to create in those explosives downfield. You read it out. The turnovers have been just such a killer for that offense, especially now that Quinshon Judkins is looking like a pretty strong rookie runner out there now. How do you develop this offense? How do you find some consistency in the passing game, get some of the players involved, Jerry Jeudy, the tight ends in Fannin and in Njoku. And this is a tough test, but it's the NFL. There's not an easy door to step into. So Dylan Gabriel gets the opportunity against a good Vikings defense, and all the noise and all the talk and complaining and whining from Shador Sanders, it's put in the work. You're right there. If you showed something, your opportunity could be right around the corner.
Well, if you showed something, you would have won this job as the backup, and this would have been your shot. And I told you from the beginning, this played exactly as I told you. I think Joe Flacco, at this point in his career, and it might even be beyond it, I don't know. Joe Flacco's good when you need a few games. I need a backup for 3 games. Go throw Joe Flacco in him. He'll win me a couple of them. I don't see the path that Joe Flacco was going to be the quarterback for a full season, and that, in some respects, was the Browns' plan, although then they went out and drafted 2 quarterbacks. It's such a mess because they're hamstrung with the Deshaun Watson contract. They're still paying Deshaun Watson, who's, what was it? Hamstring? What did he blow out? Knee? Hamstring? What's the outlet?
The Achilles again.
All right. Is he your quarterback next year? Is that the plan there?
They're still paying him, and he's there rehabbing.
Well, that's kind of my point, right? I mean, he's in the building. They're paying him. Is he your quarterback next year? Is that the plan?
It's not off the table.
All right, and then you went out and drafted 2 more. Joe Flacco won't be there next year. I think that makes sense. Dude's 40. Joe Flacco's probably going to be in somebody's studio talking about games. He'll be the new Dan Orlovsky, which is fine. But if Shador, this went exactly as I told you. They're going to lean towards the guy they took in the 3rd round as opposed to the guy they took in the 5th round, unless the guy in the 5th round is just flat out better. And he had a chance to go be flat out better with all the noise about how good he is and how he's a first-round talent, and how he should have been taken in the 1st round, and that he just got snubbed and all the crap. Let me just tell you something. And I've leaned on this for years, and I firmly believe it. Everybody associated with an NFL job understands that their job is predicated on winning. Whether that's the general manager, whether that's the head coach, in this case, Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski, as good of a coach as he is understood to be, they continue to lose. At some point, he's getting fired. Now, maybe he wants to get out of Cleveland. Right? Maybe he thinks there's a better job out there and he can get any money. But every coach is going to put the guy out there who gives them the best chance to win. And you and me and everybody else can sit back and say, "Oh, Shador, did you see him in college?" That's fine. They see these guys every day. They see them on the practice field. They see what they've grown into, what they haven't grown into. They see what they do in the film room. Like, we all yell and scream, "You should put this guy in, that guy in." And I always go back to this, man. We don't see what's going on every day. We don't see what's going on in practice, and certainly in the room. And by every indication coming out of there, Dylan Gabriel, A, is better, and B, has had a better work ethic.
Yeah, there's not a giant conspiracy to not play Shador Sanders.
That's coming today, right? That whole thing is coming today?
Yeah, that's been bubbling, and people think the entire league is just out to get Shador. No, he's got to prove it, man. You can't come in. You're not Deion Sanders. And yet, that whole family tried to have that attitude with Shador, forced him in, and he's better than so many quarterbacks, and he shouldn't be QB3 in Cleveland. Well, you are. What are you going to do about it?
Don't you agree with me? If Shador was the dude, they'd put him in?
If he showed something more, and yes, he played I don't know how many quarters in that Carolina game. Everyone's like, wow.
That very first preseason
that's
game?
It.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that obviously didn't move the needle to present him more opportunities in practice. He hasn't done anything to where that coaching staff says, you know what, Instead of QB3, let's start getting some reps as QB2 for Shedeur Sanders.
Well, he got hurt right after that, right? So he missed a bunch of time. But that isn't even the point. If he would have shown that he was better, it would have been his chance. Now, did he get put in the perfect situation? I don't know. You tell me what the perfect situation is. Would it have been Tennessee? I mean, what would have been the perfect situation? There is none. It's big boy football. When you get there, you got to earn it, man. Like, you tell me what the perfect situation for him was. Should he have been drafted? Maybe what if he got drafted by Miami and Tua continues to stink and they'd have gone there? Maybe that was the situation. But now he's behind another rookie. But in reality, Joe Flacco was never going to be in the way. Joe Flacco was a placeholder. Joe Flacco was essentially out of the way for Dylan Gabriel now. And if Shedeur's that guy, they go to him. But yeah, you're going to hear noise today, man, how the league and everybody's trying to keep him down and it's not fair. Okay. All right. That's not how it is. When we get back, there's other NFL stuff. Update you on the Tyreek Hill surgery. Rams and Niners go tomorrow. Who is going to be there to play? Who's healthy for the Niners in this big divisional showdown? And is the tush push the safest play in football? Can that even be possible? We'll get into all that. 505-246-0610. We're going to hear from Sean Ryder. He's going to be with us, the beat writer for the Albuquerque Journal, who covers global football. He'll be with us at 9 o'clock. Looking forward to having a conversation with him about what happened last week and then headed out to San Jose. We're open for you at 505-246-0610. Your emails come in this morning, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Looking at my prize picks for this weekend. Actually, I'll play Thursday night. Had some success, man. I loaded up some money, and it's about 5 times as much. I'm telling you, it's kind of fun to win, and it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app. You're watching these games anyway, man. Go download it. Enter the code CANML when you do. You're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And then go pick who you want to play. It's pretty easy. You pick more or less on lineups of 2 to 6. So, like right now, I'm looking at, all right, Brock Purdy tomorrow night. More or less than 1/2 a passing touchdown. I'd like to know if he's playing, right? Christian McCaffrey, more or less than 50.5 receiving yards. What's the number on it? What do you think the number on Puka is? I got to find that. Matthew Stafford, more or less, 236.5 passing yards. And you go more or less, you go play 2 to 6, and you sit back and you watch, and when you win, you cash. It's really that easy. I've been hitting on these 4-team lineups. I really like that a lot. It's worked well for me. Sweated it out to the very end because I went more than 1/2 of a sack on Micah, and it went down to the very end, but I got it, and I cashed. Get in on this. It's fun. They also offer you stacks. So if you want to play the same player, let's just say you want to play Josh Allen, right? You say, I want more on his passing yards, more on his rushing yards, more on his touchdowns. You get all of them in the same lineup. Only on Prize Picks can you do that. So download the Prize Picks app. Use code KNML. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KNML. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This report brought to you by the Albuquerque Journal.
The Albuquerque Journal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
And JJ Buck, thank you for finding us on a Wednesday morning. You can get in today at 505-246-0610. All right, who's going to play for the Niners, man? Brock Purdy is banged up. Ricky Pearsall's banged up. Jawan Jennings is banged up. Purdy said he's unsure. And the game's tomorrow. It's going to come down to Thursday afternoon. He said, quote, honestly, if Thursday night football games, they come so quick, anything can happen. I'm still hopeful that I can play. We'll see. That doesn't sound very encouraging to me. Does that sound encouraging to you?
Short week, that does not sound good, and maybe they rushed him back a little too soon against the Jaguars.
Well, and then they get the mini bye on the back end, right? So, and they were 3-0 with Mac Jones.
No, Mac Jones wasn't 100%, so I think that probably played into why they're like, all right, Purdy, you're good enough. Let's go.
All right, so the 49ers only are going to do walkthrough practice. I could use me some Ricky Pearsall, dude. I'm not going to lie. I got nothing. Ricky Pearsall, knee. Juwan Jennings, he got just that. It looked like he broke his ribs on the play at the goal line. So they're all questionable to doubtful. Is that kind of where we are with this?
That's the way it's trending.
Questionable to doubtful on them. But neither Pearsall nor Jennings participated in the walkthrough yesterday. Niners, of course, are without Brandon Ayuk. Knee. George Kittle's still out with that hamstring. So where are you going with that? So that's your latest injury update on the game that hits tomorrow. I hit you with this. Is the tush push the safest play in football? JJ, this play probably had more. I can't recall like any single thing on the football. having more conversation. Maybe when they went to that rule after the Rams-Saints NFC Championship game where they ruled that you could throw a challenge flag on a non-pass interference call, and then it was such a disaster the next year that lasted. I don't even think it lasted a full year. But this play, I mean, so you got one that's gotten more just conversation, and really one team's using it. Everybody else kind of got away from it.
Yeah, one team has a formation, has a quarterback that works. And by the way, they scored 2 different ways off it last week, which I've been waiting for.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, here you go.
Yes.
Worried about it? Boom.
They finally ran Saquon around the edge.
The edge, and then
walked it. How did it take so long? We've been waiting for that for how long? Sean Payton is the Broncos coach. They play the Eagles this week. And he had his press conference yesterday, and he was talking about the brotherly shove or the tush push or the fanny shove or whatever it is. And he said, quote, I was one that stood up in favor of it. The reason I stood up in favor of it is pretty simple. The powers to be don't want it for aesthetic reasons or competitive reasons. You know, that's hard to officiate, etc. But I've been involved in those meetings for a long time. And when all of a sudden health and safety was pulled into that, which might be the safest play in football, my bull bleep nose kind of went up, end quote. Basically what he's saying, it might be the safest play in football. It's low impact, right? It's not high-speed collisions. There's not a lot of guys twisting around your legs. It's just my strength against your strength. Let's go. Let's push. He continued, look, it's a quarterback sneak, and I think credit Philadelphia. I'm one who looks at it as long as the line of scrimmage is clean, that it's a well-run quarterback sneak. And when you really evaluate it, it's really the technique of the sneak more than the push. You go all the way back to Green Bay and Dallas in the Ice Bowl, 1967, and frickin' Art Starr crossed the goal line with someone pushing a little bit of behind him. He's not wrong. It's a quarterback sneak with the back, the push to it. Remember, JJ, this is now, I'll tell you what, it was 20 years ago, the Bush push. Remember that, USC Notre Dame?
Yes, I do.
That was 20 years ago already, and that was an illegal play, but it didn't get flagged as illegal. And that was the Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush USC team that won at Notre Dame Stadium. And there was the Bush push that guys pushed Reggie Bush into the end zone, and SC won the game, and people lost their mind because that was an illegal play. And they were right. It wasn't at that point legal. And then football's basically said, yeah, you can push it, dude. That's fine. Sean Payton's not wrong, JJ, and this is where you and I believe are. If you're going to eliminate the play because it can't be stopped because one team's doing it better than everybody else, that's the wrong reason. Now, if you're going to tell me they can't officiate it, I'm listening a little bit more. And by the way, they can't seem to officiate it.
No, they struggle with it. Alignment, movement.
I mean, there's movement, and I give Philly a lot of credit last week for going away from the traditional shove. But they ran 2 different variants off of that same lineup, that same formation. But they'll go back to it when it really matters. I mean, it was great in Week 4 against Tampa Bay to go show a couple different looks. When it matters in a playoff game and they need a yard, you know what they're going to do. Until somebody tells them they can't or somebody can stop it. It does amaze me that nobody else can do it. And I don't know if it's just a Jalen Hurts thing or if it's an offensive line thing or a combination of both. And technique. But it does amaze me when you know what's coming every time and they can't use flat. And now you got to add another wrinkle because now you've got to start bringing a defensive end out on each side and take one guy out of the box because now they've shown you they can run a little something different on it. You've got to protect Saquon or somebody else coming around the end.
Yeah, now they're turning it into old school wing T formation.
I love it. So, yeah, there's a part of me that just kind of flat out kind of loves that. All right. 505-246-0610. How much are you listening to the noise coming out of the WNBA? They're in their playoffs.
As much as you can. Like, this is crazy. You have the WNBA on the verge of the WNBA finals and the players in the league. Like, by the way, this isn't players in the league against Caton Park, which everyone just immediately goes to. This is the league saying, hey, we have a lot of good things that this commissioner is absolutely stopping.
All right. I want to hit this when we get back. It's really, I want to hit it because it's really interesting. It's almost like a revolt. The players coming after the commissioner as they get ready to play the finals and have more eyes on them than they'll have at any time this year. Certainly not with Caton Clark, but I don't know that I've ever seen a sports league have this issue where high-profile players are coming out flat out saying the commissioner is destroying us and doesn't have our back. I want to get into that, and I got a lot of thoughts on it as well. 505-246-0610. Sean Ryder's going to be with us coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. I guess the sweet deal, by the way, men's basketball tickets sold out yesterday. So,
fantastic.
100%. But there are still sweet deals available for women's basketball. You can go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com, and check that out. Hey, you know that beautiful chair I've been telling you about? The one that Mike over at Mustang Home Goods made for me? That has the Zleta New Mexico Bowl logo that's become that centerpiece in my office. Take a look at it. It's over on go to Facebook. Go to the opening drive page. It's the OD in the AM. The chair is not only beautiful and has become a centerpiece, and everybody wants to talk about it when they come into my office, but it's incredibly comfortable. You can have something like that. When you see it, think about your business. Think about your logo, whatever it is that you would like on a piece of furniture like that, on a piece of art, because this isn't just furniture, it's usable art. And then call Mike and schedule a consultation over at Mustang Home Goods and talk to him about creating beautiful pieces like that for you in your home or your office. Whether it's your office, your living room, your dining room, the bedroom, the deck, whatever it is. Mike Waring is spectacular. He shocked me with this chair. I didn't know it was coming. It's just gorgeous. He's a retired Navy officer, and this is what he does. He pours his heart into creating custom furniture for people of all shapes and all sizes. He'll make a piece to fit you. This isn't just furniture, guys. And when I say to fit you, you don't fit the furniture. If you've got a back issue that you can't find the chair that fits, he's going to sit you down, measure you out. He uses these adjustable ergonomics, and it fits you. You don't have to go out and fit the furniture. It'll adjust for injuries. Go out and find something and talk to him about this. You've got the holidays coming up. Somebody wants that gift that you just can't go buy in a store because they buy everything for themselves. Get on this early. Mike Waring is spectacular. The detail to his work is fabulous, and it has become not just a comfort piece in my office, but something that everybody talks about and wants to have something. You can have it as well. Visit MustangHomeGoods.com. Schedule a design consultation with Mike. MustangHomeGoods.com. Tell your story in your home with Mustang Home Goods.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf.
Extending Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. All right, the WNBA is playing. Where are they at, JJ? They're in like the Vegas beat Indiana yesterday, 107-98. They won the series 3-2. So they're going to the finals now, right? So it should be about the game and the finals. It's now October 1st. The collective bargaining agreement for the WNBA expires at the end of the month. So they're headed towards a lockout. And again, for a league that's fledgling like that is define it. Fringe. I mean, it's growing, but their star is out, and so it dropped. And a lockout would be horrible for the league.
Yeah, lockout is not great, especially if you're the WNBA where you're fighting for relevance. Last night's game was great. An overtime contest in Vegas, sold-out arena. I know Caitlin Clark's not there, but Fever were fantastic this year without her. So that just raises expectations. Like, that's what you want on a Tuesday night. Now, we can have disagreements with their final scheduling, but, you get in TV, whatever. But, yeah, this is a gigantic moment right now for the WNBA.
All right, so they're sitting there, and they got problems. You saw the shirts earlier in the year at the All-Star game. Pay us what we're worth. And it's not just about the money, although it is a lot about the money. Nafisa Collier, is she the head of the she's Minnesota Lynx star. Is she the head of the Players Association? Is that why she's speaking up like this?
I don't know the answer to that, but she is one of the best, like the best player in the league.
Yeah, she came in second place voting for MVP and those sorts of things. She's really good. She's been very outspoken. She said we have the best players, fans in the world. Right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. Okay. She's going after the commission. She said a bunch of things. She talked about how the officiating is horrible. The pay is not up to speed. She invoked Paige Becker's, Angel Reese, and Caitlin Clark and talked about how they should get more money. And everybody else is kind of piling on. So you've got a revolt going within the league of these players who are now basically decided that the commissioner is the reason that everything is not what they want, that the officiating is bad. And I don't watch enough, but I hear more than I need to, that it feels like after every game, everybody's complaining about officiating in the WNBA, right?
Yes.
Is it that bad? Or are they just complaining?
I think they're where the league is trying to figure out, and it's fair conversation because we had it a ton with the way people are playing Caitlin Clark, is it's a contact sport, but is this 1980s NBA?
All right. I mean, officiate the game, like, but it seems like both sides, winning, losing, everybody's complaining. So she went out and ripped every. I mean every. JJ, I don't know what the numbers are. At some point, they're going to have to open up their books. Everybody thinks there's a boatload of money. They got more money than they did from the former CBA. Here's how these things work. All right, just so, and I don't want to talk down to you, but in case, maybe there's people who don't understand. There's X number of dollars coming into a league. Okay, the league and the union get together and they collectively bargain everything from health care to retirement to the percentage of money that will go into the salary. Okay, so let's just say we're working. Let's say they say 46% of the money that is in, and that's where it is. At some point, I think they're going to have to open up their books, and I know they don't want to, and owners sure as hell don't want to, because the league is saying, man, the money's not there. These women want to be paid. I don't know, like NBA players, but certainly more. That's
not where this is going.
As far as what?
They want more money, but even the WNBA, they're not asking for the Luka Doncic contract. Like everyone knows that's not gonna happen.
Correct.
There's players that speak out and say things like that, but when it comes down to it, I think it's more about, can we just get consistent travel? Can we not have to be in C group on that Southwest flight to?
Are they still doing it? I thought they all got.
They did, but it took a push, and I still think that the edges stuff, I think, will help make up for the salary.
All right, that's not happening anymore, though, right? I mean, they're flying charter.
Yeah, it had to go through things like this,
right?
But then you still have a commissioner that's talking down to the league that you're supposed to govern.
Yeah, the commissioner is saying things like, you should be thankful for according to Nafisa Collier, you should be thankful for the media rights deal that I got in place. She's invoking Paige Becker's and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and this is where I struggle a touch, and you tell me if this is ridiculous. The reception that Caitlin Clark got from the players in this league has been adversarial. I think that's a kind of, okay? But now they want to invoke her name and use it to get themselves more money. It seems a little disingenuous to me. No?
Well, I don't. Collier has never spoken down. She's one of the leaders in that league. She's one of the best players in WNBA.
So where do you think this should go?
I think the message from Collier is correct. Like, this is the moment in the Suns. They're never going to have this moment again to where they can be something in the summer months.
They need to get a new commissioner.
And that is why she is talking about the young players. Like, Collier is not one of those that was out there just bitter about everything, wanting to put Caitlin Clark on her back. And I think that there were some players that went over the top. I do think you also don't need to coddle Caitlin Clark just because everyone wants to watch her. But I think the players that matter, the players that can make change, understand how good the young players are in this league.
Okay. So what has to happen here? They got to get a new commissioner. They have to get somebody who Because it feels like unanimously all the players are behind the piece of color. And the commissioner seems relatively dismissive to this whole thing.
Yeah, I've never seen something like this where an entire league does not trust their commissioner. However, the commissioner, what is their main interest, right? It's the ownership group, and it's the owner. And so this is a little bit, it's at the commissioner, but at the same time, looking at the owners going, all right, what is the path forward? What is sustainable for this league?
Yeah. I got some more thoughts on it. I know you do too. You're ringing the phones at 505-246-0610. We'll get into that. Sean Ryder's going to be here at 9. We'll talk to him about Lobo football going to San Jose State. He is the beat writer for Lobo football in the Albuquerque Journal. It's the opening drive, 505-246-0610 is how to get here. Emails come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. It is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
610, the sports animal. Touchdown! Your home for the NFL all season long. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Happy Wednesday. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. It is the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Breaking news in the National Football League this morning. The Cleveland Browns have made a change of quarterback. They're going with that rookie, boys and girls. Yeah, buddy, there's your headline. Clickbait. Not that rookie. They're going with the other rookie. The rookie that they drafted before that rookie. It'll be Dylan Gabriel is your starting quarterback for your Cleveland Browns. They take on, who are they playing this weekend? Oh, they play Minnesota in London. Yeah, good luck with that, young fella. And Minnesota's been in London, they were in Ireland. So they've been in Europe for basically 2 weeks. Browns will go over there, I think, today, tomorrow.
Minnesota decided to backpack around Europe.
Yeah.
A couple weeks.
Yeah, got a little Euro pass, and they're bouncing around. So Joe Flacco's been benched. Dylan Gabriel is the starter, and the Browns take on the Vikings. What do you think that did to the spread? And everybody picking up the Minnesota defense.
Maybe push it
3.5
point towards the Vikings. 3.5 points.
I mean, you know what the total of that game is? I've never seen something this low. It's 33.5.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry, 35.5. 35.5. Still, 35.5. I get Carson Wentz versus Dylan Gabriel. Have that, London. We had to sit here and watch the Dolphins and the Jets on Monday night in America. You get Dylan Gabriel and Carson Wentz. How about that, London?
There's not a lot that beats bad football.
Truth. So you get football. All right, 505-246-0610. Baseball last night. Dodgers 10, Reds 5. Blake Snell had an 8-0 lead. He went 7 innings and then turned it over to that blowtorch of a bullpen. Dodgers hold on 10-5. Before that, the other National League game, the Cubs beat the Padres 2-1, back-to-back home runs for them in the 5th inning. And so everybody who won is up 1-0 in the best of 3. Tigers in the early game beat the Guardians 2-1. Tarek Skubal was terrific, struck out 14 in 7 2/3 innings for Detroit. And Boston in New York beat the Yankees 3-1. Max Fried for New York went 6 1/3 scoreless. Aaron Boone pulled him. Aaron Boone is getting just grilled everywhere for pulling his pitcher after about 100 and something pitches. So you would let him go a little bit more, but so your lines were about 110, 115, because he was coming up on that.
Yeah, we would have let him try to get through that inning after an out.
Okay.
But my feel on the postseason is you do manage a little bit differently because at this point in time, the averages go out the window. You know, you don't have 162 games to even things out, to go with projections, all that stuff. You have to live in the moment. But you also just can't be like, oh, it's October, so a dude who's never touched this number is going to go out there and throw 130 pitches and then think if you move on that even with 4 days rest, like your rotation's going to be good.
All right. He was at 100 and I just looked at it, 102 pitches. So you let him go a couple more here. All right. What do you guys have to say today? It's Father Guido Sarducci. No, well, Guido Sarducci was another character in the day of Chico Escuela back on Saturday Night Live. Steve from Michigan's hoping for a Tigers and Cubs World Series. All you Midwesterners are. This is from Travis. He said the most unbelievable part of that movie Draft Day is not the trades that happened. Kevin Costner was able to trade 3 second-rounders for the 6th overall pick. Definitely unbelievable. The most unbelievable part is that it was the Cleveland Browns fleecing teams for their first-round picks. Perennially inept team, regardless of the GM or coach. If Cleveland fleeced anyone draft, they'd probably draft multiple kickers in the first round. Can't have too many backups. Am I right?
Even though this year they're the team that did get the extra first-round picks by swapping with Jacksonville. They went with Mason Graham. Jaguars get Travis Hunter, so hopefully they figure out how to use Travis Hunter the right way.
Mason Graham's been really good for them. Cleveland's defense is as legitimate as the defense there is in the National Football.
It's very good.
Their offense is as, well, I want to say as illegitimate as there is. Tennessee's probably worse. But Cleveland, there's some bad offenses right now. When you look at, and I hate saying this because I know the weapons that are there. Tennessee's horrible. Cleveland's really bad. JJ Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. Jake Browning looked like a different cat. Last year when he played, he looked really nice.
That's 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago? All right, 2 years. I look at it now. They're horrible. There's some.
It's one of those issues that the entire football watching world sees, and you just look at Cincinnati. You know, how have you not just been able to build an average offensive line?
And a relatively okay
Chase
defense.
Brown is terrible. It's because there's no rushing lanes whatsoever. There's no time to throw the football. It's not good.
Chase Brown's numbers are terrible. I don't think Chase Brown's terrible.
He's not creating much either.
Yeah, but there's not much to create. I mean, when you're getting hit a step after you get touched the football, and the penetration through that offensive line when he's getting the football, not every time, but so often. You're right. He's not making people pay. I don't think he's terrible. I think that offensive line. And to your point,
he's been terrible because of that offense.
Okay, all right. His numbers out. But yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, he has not been good. He hasn't created things. Yeah. Do you think Saquon would be much better back then?
Yes. I think there's a couple backs that not going to look the same way, but there's just a different tier of dudes.
Well, there's different tier of dudes, certainly. I just look that position is so reliant on what's in front of them. I mean, receivers reliant on that football. Why they've been unable to, over the last 5 years, find an offensive line and a defense, and the answer is A, poor management, but B, I mean, you were just talking about T. Higgins, dude. Like how much money can you spend on wide receiver? Especially when Jake Browning's throwing him the damn football. All right, 505-246-0610 is how to get here today. Area code 505-246-0610. Your emails will come in. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Lamar Jackson's injury, hamstring, could keep him out for multiple games. JJ, he's likely to miss Sunday against the Texans. Could be 2 to 3 weeks. The Baltimore Sun has been reporting that. So he's leading the NFL with 10 touchdown passes. He's averaging over 9 yards a pass. Passer rating's terrific. John Harbaugh, quote, "I'm concerned, but I'm not overwhelmed by it. We played. The 3 losses are against probably 3 of the top teams in our league for sure. It's just the hand we've been dealt, but it doesn't really matter. We have to win the next game." All right, who's their backup? Cooper Rush?
Cooper Rush.
Yep. All right. Cooper Rush, a bunch of you were calling for Cooper Rush to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys for a long time. Look, I don't want to tell you the Texans. I don't know what's easy in the National Football League anymore. I really don't. But I got a Texans team who coming off a shutout against a really bad Tennessee last.
A little confidence.
Yeah, a little bit of confidence.
Goes a long way.
It does. They're 1-3. The Ravens, after the Texans, Rams, Bears, Dolphins, Vikings. So it's not Bills, Lions, Chiefs.
And they have a Week 7 bye.
What is this, 5? So after the Bears game? No.
So they'll
after
go,
the Rams.
yeah, Texans, Rams, bye week, and see where Lamar's at.
So he's most likely going to miss the Rams game. I think if that one at home. Confidence meter, Baltimore makes the play?
1.
1 out of 10? You would say 1?
They've given up more points than anyone else in the league.
Okay.
Their best defensive lineman is out for this season.
Yep.
Marlon Humphreys, one of the secondary players, is out for a few weeks. Roquan Smith is banged up. You're starting Cooper Rush, and the biggest question has been the defense, and that's not going to get better anytime soon.
I'll go 3 because I don't love their division. I don't know that I think the Browns are going to do anything. Bengals are coming back. Do you believe the Steelers are as good as their 3-1 record is? You are with what your record says. I understand it. It's hard for me to buy that.
And they have 1 win over the Browns.
Yeah, that's it.
And so, yeah, essentially, with as bad as the AFC North is, you could be like, hey, the Ravens could still go 6-0 in the division. There you go.
That was a conference that a division that we were really looking at. Go, wow, that's a really. I mean, they're a really good team, right? Preseason, and then injuries just completely pulled that whole thing.
It's a huge stretch for the Steelers. They get Cleveland and then at Cincinnati, and you might not think they're any good, and that's fine. But if you are able to pad your record and then the beat up, don't know what's coming Baltimore Ravens have that many games to catch up on you?
Yes. Look, Indianapolis and Jacksonville are the same way. They're both 3-1. Maybe you don't buy into them. You buy into. Look, Indianapolis has the Raiders, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Titans. They can pad this thing and inflate their cushion pretty good too now. They gave away a game. Flat out gave one away. Adonai Mitchell dropped the ball going into the end zone. Like, literally, he was going in for the touchdown and dropped the ball short of the goal line. Which is, I know we've seen it before. Is that the most unforgivable sin in football? I mean, probably not.
Yes.
I mean, probably some of these personal foul things are.
No, it's up there. Because that's not even...
It's uncontested.
It's not, you got caught, the second guy in a scrum or hitting the quarterback too low or something along those lines. All you have to do is hold on to the football for 1 more second. You score a touchdown.
We think of Adonai Mitchell. 4
Big play
targets.
potential if Pierce is still out.
All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com and JJ@sportsanimalabq.com. When we come back, he's off to one of the best starts ever for a receiver. What's going on with a guy who was drafted in the 5th round is pretty bonkers. Can you keep it up? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. Why? Because they're the best, because they're just different. They go above and beyond, because everything they do is spectacular, because they have a state-of-the-art design center on premises, because they have over 3,000 men's and women's bridal sets for you to look at right now, and they'll be your favorite jeweler as well the second you walk in the door. If you are thinking about getting engaged, there's no other place to go. If you know somebody who is, tell them about John Thomas Jewelers' No Regrets engagement. It's exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers, and it's brilliant. Look, how do you know she's going to love the ring? You're right. You think she loves you. She's going to say yes, and you think she's going to love the ring. This is a pretty big deal. At John Thomas Jewelers, they've got the No Regrets engagement ring. Any ring you design with them, and when you design a ring there, you'll see it in 3D. They'll print it in 3D printed wax before they make it in precious metals. You see exactly what it is, and then they make it right there at their on-site state-of-the-art design center. But if she wants something different, you have an entire year to redesign the ring after you propose. There's no penalty, not even a custom-made ring. All of their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. And their diamonds, can't find anything better. They're hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. The No Regrets engagement ring is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers, 3rd floor, Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal. Go by, see why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque for 5 straight years. Voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores as well. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all.
All right, here's your chance to win $1,000. It's $5K a day. here on the Sports Animal. Here's what you do. I'm going to give you a keyword right now. Today's Wednesday, right? Between 6 and 9. Take this keyword, change, C-H-A-N-G-E, change. Text the keyword to 95819. That's 95819. We'll text you back. Confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply. Please do not text and drive. You got time. This isn't a race. Before 9 o'clock. It's the opening drive. Jefferson Beata, J.J. Buck tomorrow. Niners, Rams. Typically, it's spectacular, right? Niners, Rams, a great rivalry. It's terrific. Niners are beat up, don't know who the quarterback's going to be, don't know who's going to catch the ball. But we know who's going to catch it for the Rams. Puka Nacua has 42 catches for 503 yards this season. They played 4 games. 42 catches, 503 yards in 3 games. Best in the NFL in both categories. On pace to blow away both the receptions and the yardage record. So if he kept this pace up, which he will not do, over 17 games, he'd end it with 179 catches, 2138 yards, 2,148. NFL records are 149. He would beat it by 30 catches and 1964 yards. Nobody's ever gone over 2,000 yards per season. Now, he will not. Puka Nacua was a 5th-round pick out of BYU. Puka Nacua he seeks contact. He is terrific after the catch. Matt Stafford, quote, he's as tough as they come, did a hell of a job again today. We was talking about the other day. Called his number quite a few times. 4th down was huge. Touchdown catch. He's a heck of a football player. We're lucky to have him on our team. I think his play style rubs off on everyone on our team. That's his offense. And quote, he displaced Cooper Kupp, who was fantastic. He's big. I think this is sustainable. Now the catch rate, the yardage rate, the usage rate's not sustainable. But him being a number 1 is sustainable for another 5 to 6 years.
I don't know with his play style if you're getting that for 6 years.
What's that?
I don't know with his play style.
Because it's so physical?
That you're getting that for 6 years. The usage rate isn't going anywhere.
You think he continues to do 10, 11 catches a game?
Oh, he's going to get, so he has 50 targets.
Yeah.
Which is 7 more than anyone else in the NFL.
Yeah. Who's next?
Christian McCaffrey at 43. Are you getting 10 catches a game? Probably not, but are you going to have the opportunity to do that in that offense? Yes. And it's a credit to Sean McVay in that front office because their style of player, they see more than just a 40-yard dash time. And, the way we view the elite receivers, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, like they see Cooper Kupp route running, yards after the catch matter. Puka Nacua, who I think has a little higher explosive ceiling than we saw from Cooper Kupp, but it's that same mold of get the football in this guy's hands, and he's going to work. And the other receivers we talk about, too, they don't do anywhere near the line of scrimmage work that Puka Nacua does.
You talk about the great receivers. You always talk about the Chases, the CeeDee Lambs, who are downfield catching balls, going up and high-pointing guys. And you tell me what you think is more valuable. What makes you a better receiver? A guy who can go down and moss a guy, or a guy who can catch me 10 balls over the middle or quick and get me extra yardage? I mean, the numbers that he's putting up are eye-popping.
Yeah, and Puka Nacua makes tough catches just like those other guys.
That's correct.
And
in key situations.
Yeah.
And they know where you're going now. They it's kind of Stafford's career with the Rams has been pretty insane because you knew he was going to Cooper Kupp, and still he got the ball to Cooper Kupp. You know he's going to Puka Nacua.
Yeah, and that's also a credit to Stafford's that deep.
Yeah,
like his throws are on point. He had a great touchdown pass. I was watching some of the replays actually yesterday of it where he wasn't looking where he was throwing. Safety had no idea, and just boom, right in the end zone.
Yeah, no, he's terrific, and that's why he's still that dude. But Nacua, I mean, man, he came out. It's a 5th round pick, and this is how the Rams have rebuilt. Has been the middle of the draft is very reminiscent of when Seattle went to the 2 Super Bowls, and they built their club through the middle of the draft. certainly their defense, and that's kind of where the Rams were, rounds 3 to 7. So that's how the Rams have rebuilt this thing, too. The middle of the draft has been really, really good.
And it's had to be because they're paying the quarterback some money.
That's right. But that's great work by your front office, by your scouting staff.
What's so impressive to me is how they were able to pivot, right? They said, bleep them picks, won a Super Bowl.
And they kind of love it.
And then, as you said, you have to then hit on those middle round picks. But then now the front seven, it's multiple first round picks are now producing.
All right, 505-246-0610. And take this break. We'll go to the phones as soon as we get back. Stay there if you were there. Want to hear from you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Traffic on your...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
NFL is the sports animal, presented by Hyena's Comedy Nightclub.
It's all right here on the Sports Channel. It starts tomorrow with the NFL. Niners and Rams tomorrow at 5:30. Friday, over on News Radio KKOB, Lobos and San Jose State, 7 o'clock pregame show. Here on the Sports Animal, Rio Rancho at Cibola. Big game. Saturday, college football here on the Sports Animal, 9:30 in the morning, Clemson against the Bill Belichick-led North Carolina Tar Heels. In the afternoon, Texas and Florida. And then a big day of the NFL on Sunday. Vikings and Browns at 7:15 in the morning. Broncos and Eagles after that. Commanders and Chargers at 2. Patriots and Bills in the evening. And, of course, over on KTBL, it'll be the Raiders and the Colts. Opening drive, Jefferson Beata, J.J. Buck. Let's go to you. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good morning. Do you got any ability to pitch, relief? You, JJ, anybody? Man, the Dodgers make me nervous.
Yeah, they already set their roster. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much I can do. They've already set their roster.
You know,
it should make you nervous.
Man, you just watch them, and you can just see that they have zero confidence in their pitches.
Yep.
They can't locate, and they're just lucky that the Dodgers were able to club their way out of that game last night. Doesn't give me a warm, fuzzy feeling going forward.
It shouldn't.
But
it's going to come back and get them at some
point. They're my team, so you ride them all the way, right?
That's right. But, yeah, you should be.
Hey, some interesting and fun facts about Jason X. I was at Lobo Talk last night, and Rob Reportney asked him if he was superstitious, and he said, no, just a little stitious.
Oh, that's funny.
He's not super.
Yeah.
But what he does is if the Lobos win, he wears the exact same outfit for the next game.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed
common.
that. He was wearing the exact same thing that he wore against UCLA.
Yeah, that's common.
Yeah. The second thing he does is he eats every Thursday with his wife Kimberly.
Didn't know that.
And if they win,
they go to
they
the same
eat
place.
at the same place next week.
Yeah, he told us that on this show, I think.
Yep. Finally, did you know he fasts the day of the game? Only coffee and water.
Did not know that.
Yep. So he said night games are a little bit of a problem, but he's learned how to adjust. But just the way he goes about things, I'm really, really super impressed with what he's been able to do here, because we've had coaches come in and say they're going to turn it around, and 3 years later it hasn't been turned around. And then, you had Davey that came in and looked like it was a quick turnaround, and then they just couldn't win for a while until he got his formula, and then it evaporated when DeBest left. So the longer that we can keep these guys together and winning, and it's just an amazing story. It really is. It's probably the college football story of the year right now, because when was the last time we were 3-1, Jeff?
What was it? 1990 what? When was, I don't know. You tell me. Was it 2006? I don't know. You know. I don't.
I think it might have been the year that Rocky, we went down to the Sun Bowl and lost to UTEP. We were 3-0 going into that game, and we were 3-1 after that. So that would have been 2005, maybe 2006. Yeah. It's been a minute.
Was that the Sully game where Sully missed the field goal? No, so that was the first game of the year, right? When Sully missed the field goal and Danny put the dollar in his shoe, and he had the dollar in his shoe the rest of the year. And if that was the year, that was 2007.
It might have been. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't go back and check. But anyway, off to a good start, and now here comes the real test, because San Jose State is about as desperate as you can get as a football team.
And they're not that bad. So
no, they're a lot better than, we better have our helmet on tight because they're going to try to knock our socks off, and they got some linebackers. I watch them play. I can't believe they're 1-3, but
no,
that's
they got played.
football.
They got played. All right, man. We'll talk to you during
Appreciate
the week. 505-246-0610. Look, the deal in San Jose State, and I know you hear all the time, and the coach always tells you they're better than their record is when you play them. They lost to Central Michigan, and I know what it bothers you when teams lose to the MAC teams. And San Diego State beat a MAC team 6-3. Wyoming beat a MAC team 10-0. UNLV beat a MAC team 41-38. San Jose State missed 2 field goals in the last few minutes to lose that game, which they were right there to win it. They played with Texas 38-7, and then they lose by 3 to Idaho, or they beat Idaho by 3. I'm sorry, they beat Idaho by 3. But then they had Stanford beat all game out of the ACC. Well, it's a bad Stanford team. Stop it, please. The bad power, if they beat Stanford, it does for them what beating UCLA does for you, right?
Yeah, San Jose State, as we get ready for this game, they are the Aggies. Style of play,
I think they're a little better.
same thing.
I think they're a little bit better because
that's where I was getting at.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not. What you're going to see is the same thing. They're going to say bleep the run game.
Yep.
They don't want to do it.
Yep.
They're going to spread you out.
They got a quarterback.
Throw the football downfield with what should be a better offensive line.
Yeah, that's right.
And the biggest thing is, all right, if you're the Lobos, can you create the same amount of pressure with these 4 dudes and allow your secondary to cover?
Yeah, I think this is a team that was picked 3rd in your league after UNLV and Boise and UNLV, and now we're starting league play.
And it was 07 for the Lobos.
It was 07. 505-246-0610. Lay it on me, Fred. What do you got?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's happening?
Hey, that Yankee-Boston game, what a great game. And one thing that no one talked about, it's a real simple thing in the game, was when Bregman got his hit, and then Sogard came in and got that routine fly ball to right field. And I guess before the game started, Cora had told everybody on the team about Judge's arm, that, test his arm if you think you can. And so it's funny how in baseball they have exactly how many miles an hour he threw. They said that on that throw from right field to second base, he threw at 73 miles an hour. He normally throws at 90 to 95 miles an hour. But I just thought, boy, that's kind of strange how they keep track of everything. But the thing I'm worried about, and all the Red Sox fans need to be worried about it, and no one said anything about this, is Goaletti is hurt. And so we don't even have a third pitcher. So we have Bello today.
For those of you not familiar, we means the Red Sox. We means Red Sox.
But they don't have a third pitcher. So it's going to be a minor leaguer. It's going to be one of 3 minor league players that maybe got in 2 or 3 games is all. Yep. Well, hopefully it won't go 3, but I probably will because Rondon's a stud pitcher for the Yankees. So, but anyway, that's all it's calling about. Just let everybody know. That's a Red Sox fan.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. For those of you,
okay.
Those of you who don't know, when he alludes, I can't. When he wheezed the baseball, that was Red Sox. Just need to give you time. Let me get back. I got Jeff Grammer wrote a column in the paper today about the facility. I got a few comments from you on the facility and on the game. Still talking about the game last week in Lobos and Aggies, so I want to hit that. Sean Ryder's going to be here from the Albuquerque Journal coming up. At 9 o'clock, we'll do Ryder on the radio. He's the beat writer for Lobo football. What does he think about San Jose State and the task at hand? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Prime Big Deal Days.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom.
I backed him up because he's the Aggie coach. He's giving you Aggie perspective, and I will back up New Mexico State being on the show for one segment a week, and we're doing the right thing. But James said, Jeff, really? OD callers were miffed that Tony Sanchez kept saying Aggies were in the game coming down, they're returning for home. He said, I don't recall Rudy C. crying a couple of years ago when Danny Gonzalez kept playing Lobo football was 4 plays away from being 7-3 or whatever. Exactly. That's what I told him yesterday, right? How many times do you come on this show? Because what people, what's he talking about? It was a domination. It's all about your perspective, man. How many times have we had people call this show, and I don't care if it's basketball or football, you get beat by X number of points. Yeah, but if this play went that way and that happened, then it's a totally different game. It's your perspective, man. And he looked at the tape, and that's what he's here for. It's the Aggie perspective. It's not to sit here and stroke your ego. So I thought it was, and that's exactly what I thought. All right, Jackson, he says, we can't afford it, Jeff. It's so frustrating. In 2018-19, the economy was good, prices were cheap. University Stadium could have been rebuilt for a song. It was a missed opportunity. Now New Mexico can't afford it. Jeff Grammer wrote a story in the paper today about the issues and just the structural issues that you have at University Stadium. And I got this sent to me. Colorado State's new stadium was built in 2017. At that time, it cost $220 million, which is $275 to $290 million in today's dollars. San Diego State built theirs in 2022 for $310 million, which is $335 to $345 million. JJ, I'm at the point now where I'm leaning towards, and some of you are going to get mad at this. I don't care. I don't know that stadium can be renovated. With the structural issues, with the limitations that you have, there is no concourse. I don't know that you can build something underneath, the east side stands to alleviate traffic. Now, there's a caveat. I don't want to react to this, this sample size of one that you sold out the game once since 2007. If you continue to get crowds like this, and that would be your intent, I'm leaning towards. I think you need to raise that thing and build a stadium. And if it costs $300 and something million, where does it come from? And I hear that, and I'm not poo-pooing that. I know the state's sitting on $32 billion in cash reserves, not including the permanent fund. And so, could state government spend $350? I just got a text from a state representative, a state senator. It says state government could spend $350 million without even blinking. It would make up approximately 1% of our cash reserves. And we could help out New Mexico State. Are you starting to lean that way? Look, the answer can't be just put Band-Aids on this thing anymore. There's got to be a plan.
I would love to see a new football stadium.
I'm going to point out a difference between the conversation, because I know this is coming to the United conversation that was going on with their stadium and a football stadium. The University of New Mexico is a state institution. It is a state, state-owned? I mean, it is part of, right? The state of New Mexico owns the University of New Mexico, where New Mexico United is a private club. And so when the conversation comes up about private money versus public money, and that's got to be part of the conversation. Is there infrastructure on campus? I mean, every college campus I go to, dude, every time I go to Michigan, I'm just amazed at the construction going on campus. No, honestly,
right? It's the Colorado State, San Diego State models are what you have to look at. We're not having a discussion that you need to build a 50,000 seat football stadium. It's just a new 30,000 seat football stadium.
Something with amenities, something that you're able to get in. Now, look, in that footprint, could it be done with a soccer stadium there? I think it could, because I think you could build a concourse underneath where you could, right underneath on the east side. All that's I'm assuming is just earth underneath, right? The concourse underneath with tunnels coming up and restrooms that could probably be used for both the soccer stadium and football. I mean, I'm not an architect, but every college I go to, and I go to many, there's construction on campus, and I don't know that anybody would have a problem if you said, hey, we're building a brand new chemistry building, or we're building a new math building, and it's going to cost us, $100 million, whatever the number is. I know people got upset that they improved the duct. That was a big
quack.
Where do I go? Let's do this real quick. Dan, real quick, because we're coming up on the break. Hi, Dan. You're on Esports Avenue.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, so there's no renovating that facility over there because of all the new structural, mechanical, electrical, ADA upgrades and codes that have been increased. There's no way you could upgrade that place right now. The upgrade would just cost more than a new facility. So that's got to get thrown out the window, and they need to start thinking about a new stadium. That's it. Upgrade. Yeah, they could Band-Aid it now for the rest of the season or a couple seasons, but they can't upgrade that facility. There's just too much they would have to do, in my eyes, guys.
Well, you're right.
Have a great day.
Yeah, no, and you're right. And it's not, I know I've talked about this for a long time, and it's about, a lot of it's about premium seating, and you need more of that to generate revenue. It's about just accessibility, usability. It's fine when there's 15,000 people in there. It's not when it's 35,000. And you can complain to UNM all you want that they didn't manage it right. I keep asking this, and I took a good look at the stadium yesterday when I was out there for the press conference. Where are you putting them, man? Like, that concourse is it's a hallway. That east side is tough, man. And, at least on the west side, you've got upper and lower. Like, you've got two places where you can move.
Yeah, there's Band-Aids are only get you so far. Like, all you can do is maybe funnel people around the east side and up a little bit, but that's not changing the future of that stadium.
So as I was looking at that, I was wondering, is there a way to use the soccer side? Can you utilize, they come in the gate, and maybe people who are in the upper deck, above the walk on the east side, can you come in and over? So could you come in through the soccer stadium, open up restrooms over there, and have them come in and over to their seats that way from the top?
You can. I just don't think they've done that. They've just tried to keep people from not walking back there.
Yeah, I just think that would be a way to alleviate. I know it would take more staff and more resources, but if you're going to have another crowd like that and you could somehow bring people over that side and alleviate the pressure on that one concourse. I got some more thoughts on that. I got a bunch of emails and texts that just came in on this, so we'll hit it. When we come back, we're going to talk global football. San Jose State is up next. They're going up to play the Spartans on Friday night, and we're going to do Ryder on the radio with Sean Ryder, who is the beat writer for Lobo Football. He'll be in California, his second Cali trip here in the last couple of weeks, going up to the northern part of California. Take a little look at the Spartans, his perspective on what the win means coming out of last week. Update on injuries. Ryder on the radio. Sean Ryder, the beat writer for the Albuquerque Journal, covers Lobo footballs. Next, it's the opening drive. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time.
In San Jose at CEFCU, or they call it CEFCU Stadium. It's a credit union up there. Fox Sports 1 is where you can watch it. You can listen to it over on News Radio KKOB. 7 o'clock pregame, Robert Portnoy and Don Trell Moore will have the call from Northern California. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck get to have a conversation on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock with the guy who does a fantastic job covering Lobo football for the Albuquerque Journal. It's Ryder on the radio. We welcome Sean Ryder to the Sports Animal. Good day, Sean. How you living?
I'm good, guys. How you doing today?
Life's grooving. Thank you. It's a beautiful fall, October 1st day here in the land of enchantment. So life's grooving, coming off a big weekend. Just your thoughts, man. I know that's the first time you've been in there when that place was full. The energy was good. I mean, we can get into, Grammer's column on the stadium later, but just your thoughts on what that day meant for Lobo football.
No, I mean, look, and there's a lot to get into, right? But I did think it was, and I kind of put it that way in a story that I had in the paper today. I thought it was the program's finest day in years, and a lot of years, honestly. You could probably go back a full decade if you really wanted to. No, I thought it was an electric atmosphere. I thought the fans showed out, obviously, and I thought the product on the field kind of matched that. I don't know if it's always looked that way, where there's been that much fan support kind of matching the product on the field, and that, to me, I think is something that people really want to build on.
Sean, I was asked yesterday, and I don't know if I was even asked. Somebody came on the show and said, I don't know why it's different. Davey's team, he had a 9-4 team, and Rocky's team. Well, I don't think the Rocky thing was in part of the same. Danny's had some teams that did well, but there hasn't been this sort of reaction so quickly. And I'll tell you what I think the difference is. You tell me if I'm wrong. I don't care how good or bad UCLA is. People care about names, especially in this market. And you went to UCLA and you beat UCLA. It doesn't matter that they're 0 and whatever, and Northwestern just beat them, and they got beat by Vegas and whatever. You beat that brand. And it is more, beating UCLA is probably better than beating, let's just say, a ranked South Florida or something like that. And I think that got people's attention, and they're 3-1, and the Aggies were in, and I think all that. But the difference to me, and I'm wondering where you are on this, is that in this market, for this fan base, they beat that brand and it resonated.
Yeah, I think the brand is huge too, and I think it is also, honestly, just results quickly, right? This is the era where the blueprint is kind of like Curt Cignetti, right? Where you come into Indiana one year and all of a sudden you lift the program in Indiana that was an absolute doormat forever into the college football playoff and all that. You can do that now with the transfer portal, and that's entirely possible. And I'm not saying they're going to go. New Mexico's going to the playoff now. I don't even know if they're going to win more than 6-7 games. But for a program that has seen just a lot of long, gradual rebuilds, you hire a new coach, and it takes a bunch of time to get it going, and you got to keep supporting and all that, through the hard times and all that. I think some initial success at the start, I think that feels really good to see.
Sean Ryder's with us, the beat writer for Lobo Football for the Journal here on the Sports Animal.
Sean, what was your biggest takeaway from the game and really how it played out with the kind of mistakes in the first half, and then what we saw from the Lobos in the second half?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to me is, I kind of wrote this in a column on Monday's print edition. I did have my doubts at a certain point. You knew it was early still, but I did kind of have my doubts about whether this kind of passing game would get in gear to the point where it could really win them a game. I didn't think it was going to outright lose them a game at this point, but I did kind of have the thought of, well, at some point things are what they are, right? And you just didn't know if it was ever going to get fully in gear with the kind of injuries that they had to the receivers and all that. And I thought the way NMSU played them, where they kind of loaded up against the run, sold out to stop it, and kind of just challenged UNM to basically beat them through the air and and just beat them in man coverage and all that too. The fact that they were able to take advantage of that, to me, is probably one of the biggest things. And you could also add into, I kind of had questions about, I think I talked about this in the interview with Forrest last Friday. I was curious if it was going to be a game where UNM could finally just start getting home and start capitalizing kind of the pressure opportunities they generated. And of course, they had 9 sacks, so they definitely got home plenty.
I look at it. Do you think that's more what they're doing, or was that a result of New Mexico State's offensive line?
I think it was about half. I think it was, yes, NMSU's offensive line was banged up. Yes, Logan Fife really should have gotten rid of the ball on at least 2, maybe 3 of those opportunities. And I think the other half is, they got a guy in Keyshawn James Newby and a guy in Brett Carhu that I think are pretty darn good pass rushers, and I think they can be effective against a lot of people.
I think offensively getting Keegan going and Sean Miller, I thought was huge. Both of them were what I heard they were supposed to be, and maybe Sean Miller was more than what I heard he was supposed to be. The fact that Jack had those receivers to go to that put the ball where he needed to go, I thought Jack was terrific, and this was talked about a lot. One of the things to me is a guy who makes good decisions, who's a leader, who may not have that rifle arm, but is a smart quarterback who's on time. That I didn't know that was there either, and that was as impressive as anything to me.
No, and I thought we had kind of seen that, UCLA, right, where that was a game that almost kind of flew under the radar. But you look at it after, and it's like, that was a crazy efficient game. Like, I mean, took care of everything. And it was funny listening to, I know you heard him too, Ack talk about it yesterday, where, he thought that every single game this year, from Michigan to last Saturday against New Mexico State, that he thought, Jack was really playing the best ball of his career. And I kind of asked Jack yesterday, what is that kind of dichotomy like, for you, where you're throwing 3 interceptions and all that, and granted, one of the interceptions was kind of a little bit of like an arm punt, right, in the Michigan game and all that too. But you're throwing 3 interceptions, and you're kind of struggling through certain things and all that, and then you have this other game where you're throwing to 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and everything's just kind of dialed. What is that like, knowing that you're kind of playing at a similar level in both those games? And he said, honestly, the Michigan game, I walked away. I thought I was doing the right things. I was making good decisions and all that. He's like, really, there was basically 2 throws that I just kind of wanted back. So I think it's interesting when you have a quarterback that is that confident and knows what to do. I mean, we've absolutely heard Eck and offensive coordinator Luke Schleisman say that Jack's probably the smartest quarterback they've ever worked with, and I think that is all of I think that's something that UNM really is benefiting from right now.
Sean, I don't know if this is a fair question, but I'll ask it anyway, because I don't know exactly how to quantify it. We looked at the schedule, said, we're not going to really know what the Lobos are like until after the New Mexico State game, right? Who are they? And I think we got an idea before that. How good are they? Are they 3-1? I've been asked this. My boss at ESPN asked me this. My brother's back home. He's like, are they that good? I think they're pretty good. Are they? Can they win the league? I don't know if they can win in Vegas and in Boise, but I wouldn't put it past them to win in either place. How good do you think they are in respect to the competition in this league?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the million-dollar question, right? Because we kind of cheated by kicking the can down the road, saying, because I did the exact same thing. Like, we'll know what team this is by, 4 games in after the New Mexico State game. And I think that's probably and I was talking with Grammer about this yesterday. I think that's the most enticing part about this team. I don't think we know quite what the ceiling is for this team, right? I don't think you can really put a cap on anything off of what they've seen because, frankly, the games that they've won, they haven't played like a clean game in any of those. They've had some kind of crucial mistakes that they've had to overcome. A lot of them were self-inflicted. And they, were either leaning on the run game when that was working or they kind of had to lean on the pass game when, the run game wasn't working. So I think that is something really interesting. And I'm with you, I'm with you entirely. Like, I would not put it past them to win in Boise and win in UNLV. I would not expect it, frankly. Right. And I don't know if I would pick them to do so right now. But I don't think that you can put that past them at any point off what we've seen and what we kind of know they're capable of doing anyways. But also, hey, if they clean up a couple things and they put themselves in a good position and all that, even if they have a couple mistakes, they probably can still overcome them, right? So I don't know. I think that is probably the most fun part about this team. You just don't quite know what the ceiling is, and I don't know the last time this program has had a team like that, frankly.
Yeah, that's a really good point about what they've overcome. The fourth quarter against Idaho State, the mistakes early against New Mexico State. There's just a belief and confidence, across this roster. Anytime you talk to the players about not just their trust in the coaching staff, but their trust in the other players that they have around them. And as we get into Mountain West play, I kind of want to swing this back to how we started this conversation. And Jeff, you've been to plenty of these stadiums. Sean, you're traveling, and when you look at Colorado State or San Diego State, San Jose State's kind of done some upgrades to their stadium recently. So where is, in terms of the Lobos Stadium, what would make sense with this? They're still their peers, right? I know they're going to the PAC and all that stuff that's going on, but kind of makes sense of what you've seen and interacted could work here in Albuquerque for a stadium.
Yeah, it's a little tough, right? Because it's kind of an area that I'm. At some point, you have a little bit of hesitancy. I've been here, for going on, 3 years, but I also still a little bit of an outsider in that regard, right? So you have a little bit of hesitancy to speak fully on certain things, but just in the sense of, I think some people know it a lot better than I do, honestly. But no, I think Saturday was awesome in a lot of respects, right? And it was something that I think people really had a lot of fun with and enjoyed, and it was something that kind of brought the enthusiasm back, and obviously they won, so it was kind of a good double whammy there. But yeah, it also showed just how far things have to go for University Stadium and all that. There probably won't be another game with 37,000 fans in the stadium for UNM this season, but I think it really did show some of the troubling things that are going on at University Stadium that really need to be addressed, honestly, probably as soon as possible. And I think the state's in a position to help the school address them and all that. Lawmakers are in a position to help them address them. But, I think you have to figure out, obviously, just the entry points. That's just the number one thing. Going back to my first year, 2023, that was the thing that always stood out the most to me, right? The game that year, that was only 27,000 fans for the New Mexico State game. Still, I remember people waiting until halftime to get in and all that too. And that to me is just the biggest and most troubling thing. And then that kind of, that kind of loops into, the traffic of people getting in and people getting out and all that, and getting to the seats and everything too. So I don't know. That's probably the biggest thing to figure out. And I'm not an expert in stadium design. I'm not an expert in logistics and all that too. So I guess that's probably where I'd start, but I don't know how much more I can say.
That's a fair start. All right, they're going to San Jose. I know people look at the record and chalking this up as a win, and I'm telling you to tap the brakes. San Jose State's a 2.5-point favorite. Picked third in this league. They got a really good quarterback. They lose to Central Michigan because they missed 2 field goals in the last few minutes. They played relatively competitively with Texas. I mean, I don't know if you got out of there 38-7, maybe you feel all right about it. I've seen worse. And then they beat an Idaho team at the gun. And they get beat by an ACC team. Granted, Stanford, just kind of like your UCLA win. They get beat on a last-second touchdown, I think 19 seconds to go. This is a team that can absolutely beat New Mexico, and they are desperate. This is not. This is a hell of a lot tougher task than the record tells you on Friday night.
No, it is, and I had kind of been on the show that we do with Grammar, I had been kind of, saying, oh, man, San Jose is really disappointing and all that, too. Really because I saw, the end of the Central Michigan game and all that, too. And I got to spend a little bit more time kind of watching things and thinking about more about them, obviously, on Sunday and Monday this week. And I think you're dead right. Jack Lane put it yesterday. He's like, they're not a 1-3 team. He's like, that's their record, but, like, they're just so not that in terms of talent and what they do and all that as well. So I think this is 100% a team that has UNM's attention, and I think it's absolutely right that San Jose State is a 2.5-point favorite. I also do think UNM, if they play the way that I think we kind of have seen them play in certain spots, I think they can win this one. But they're going to have to take care of a couple key items of business.
Have you gotten a different reception from any of your peers around the league? And maybe you haven't talked to any. I don't know if you talked to writers from other Mountain West outlets. But I sit at Media Day. I know what it's like. You're there every year. It's UNM's kind of almost like laughed at. And all of a sudden they're at this 3-1 start, and I'm reading stuff in other outlets around the league, and they're paying attention. My buddies, the text threads that I'm on for my San Diego State buddies, like, what the hell's going on there? Are you feeling a little bit of a different attitude or a different way people are looking at this program after 4 games?
I think so in general, not quite from other league writers and all that, but I do agree. Absolutely, there are points where I've been at media days, and whether it was deserved or not, New Mexico does kind of feel like a little bit of an afterthought,
yes,
right? In terms of football media days and all that too, but not quite a different reception from league writers and all that too. But no, I would say somehow it's still kind of business as usual.
All right, fair enough. You got a feel on this one? You got Boise State next week, which is interesting, and Boise State plays in South Bend on Saturday, which there'd be a tendency for really good teams who are able to look past teams. Maybe this would be one of those games where you got to be worried about. I don't think this program's good enough to look past anybody, but you got a sense with Boise State next week and going to San Jose on Friday?
Do I have a sense of what?
Where this game goes? Like how this thing ends up on Friday night?
Oh, I still think UNM wins.
Okay.
I don't think it's a particularly large margin, but off of everything I've kind of seen, it does feel similar to the New Mexico State game in the sense that I just think there's more avenues for UNM to win the game, and I think we've seen them at a certain point, struggle in the first half and have to kind of recover from self-inflicted wounds, and I think that's kind of a powerful thing, right? They've done it multiple times at this point. Yes, they've done it at home twice. They've done it on the road a couple times. Excuse me, just once actually. And I think all that in mind just gives me more confidence in UNM.
The only thing that has me leaning the other way is the desperate factor, right? You got a pretty talented football team on the other side who is desperate.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, and it is a little bit similar to 2023, right? San Jose State came in 1-5, really desperate to University Stadium, and absolutely ripped UNM in the second half to like a 52-24 win.
Yeah, I called that.
So is it different if you feel the Lobos are actually good? Where
that's a fair question.
Like where it's just okay, they're desperate. Well, the Lobos want to continue to be good.
Okay? Yeah, no, that's totally like what you're saying is be as desperate as you want. We're actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, because that team in 2023, right? You knew there were some elements of the team that were good, but you still didn't always think, and really they didn't end up being great. Obviously, right? You didn't always. They really didn't sell themselves down the stretch or anything like that, and they ended up finishing 4-8. I don't think this team's finishing 4-8, and I think they're pretty darn good off what they've already established. So I think there is an element where, San Jose State's desperate, and I'm probably going to have to work and strain a little bit harder for it, but I think they take care of business.
Yeah, I remember that game, man. The Lobos were coming off a win, thought they were something. This was turn everything around, and San Jose State just, threw over the top all day. There was this big play after big play. I read him every day in the Albuquerque Journal, and follow him on the socials. He'll be in San Jose on Friday night, and he is Sean Ryder. Appreciate the time as always, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Be well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations.
Tomorrow, Jerry Palm's going to be with us. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we will have Jack Lane, Lobo quarterback, will be with us. Coming off of what his head coach, Jason X, said, best 4 games of his career. Looking forward to having the conversation with Jack Lane tomorrow.
Yeah, last 3 games, Michigan game wasn't bad with turnovers. 71% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, no interception. Showed he can push football downfield. Love the way he handles the play fakes, the decision making, and the offense. Really enjoying watching him play.
505-246-0610. Brian, thanks for holding. You're on the Sports Animal. What's happening?
Hey, guys, man, I am totally stoked and behind the Lobos. We're talking about stadium renovation. Long overdue, but I think the Lobos, we're going to run up against a lot of naysayers when you start talking about pulling money out from the state.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Lobos have to kind of state their own case and be real consistent this year. Show that you've got a winning program. You got a winning coach who's going to hopefully stick around. I think he will. I think he sees, what's possible here. And, I don't want to say we can't get a new stadium. There's going to be a lot of logistics going into that. And just the naysayers is going to be brutal. So Lobos got to do some things this year. We got to have another sellout. We got to win a road game. Let's go bowling. Now you got your argument. Now we can stand on our own 2 feet and throw some punches back. You know what I'm saying?
I do, and it's a great call. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Look, there's going to be outcry to spend $1 on the place, let alone hundreds of millions of dollars. And I think there's going to have to be a number of conversations. First of all, you can walk and chew gum at the same time. We need more police. We need better schools. We need more doctors. We all that. We need to fight crime. Yes, 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 and yes. And if in fact the money is there, and I'm told there's a $32 billion surplus, in on top of the budget and on top of the permanent funds, then people need to be educated. A stadium is not just about football. It's got to be about all the things that go into it, and you got to go look and see how Colorado State and San Diego State got it done there, and how they were able to convince people that this is a good thing. Every place they go into now, San Diego State's struggling because the football team isn't very good as far as attendance, and but they put the MLS team in there. That MLS
it
team
opens
is killing
up other opportunities, just events that aren't there. At some point in time, this entire state too would be nice to realize. Guess what? Albuquerque is the biggest city, and play high school championship games here.
Please.
But I get it. If it's a missed opportunity for everyone to stay home and get to host the team because you happen to play at their place 30 years ago.
That's right. No, another antiquated thing. And so let's start fixing some of the things that are just outdated. But the stadium is. And it just is. And I tell people all the time, man, just because it ain't your thing doesn't mean it's not good for the community. When you put up a new concert venue or roads on the other side of town that you never go through, or fixing an issue, that maybe that's what communities are. You're taking care of different pieces of your community, different parts of your community. And all of this is important as far as a quality of life issue, as far as just advancing as a community. And I've been here now 29 years this July, so 29 plus years. There was a $60 million pit renovation. And the ballpark was redone, the baseball stadium. But other than that, I've heard a lot of talk about arenas and stadiums, and nothing's happened. Well, the United States is going to happen. Maybe. I mean, when I see a shovel in the ground, I'll believe that. Where do you want me to go? All right, I got a break. 505-246-0610. If you're there, stay there. There's 2 lines open, 2 lines buzzing. I want to hear from you. It's at 505-246-0610. Do you know October, which is now, is National Dessert Month? That's right, dessert. And Twin Peaks is serving up sweet endings all month long. You can indulge in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or dive into the Twin Peaks sundae, which is vanilla ice cream, over a warm Ghirardelli brownie. Looking to level up? Pair dessert with a Screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate finish. And whether it's game day or date night, or just craving for something sweet, Twin Peaks has the perfect treat. Celebrate National Dessert Month lodge style only at Twin Peaks. And Cowboy fans, listen up. Twin Peaks is giving away authentic Dallas Cowboy jerseys all season long. Every game day, you can enter to win while enjoying 29-degree draft, scratch-made food, and scenic views. Just ask a Twin Peaks girl how to get in on the auction. It's the ultimate way to cheer on the boys. Great food, cold drinks, and a chance to score big. Football season's better with freebies, and jerseys are flying off the shelf. Game day lives at Twin Peaks. Don't miss your chance to win.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Personally, I have a little cousin that's playing for San Jose State. His name is Noah Ciosi, and he's a mix of a Chicano and a Samoan. And his mom grew up in Bernalillo, and I'm proud of him. He's number 92. He plays the D line for San Jose State. And I just wanted to say good things are coming. I appreciate you and JJ. Jeff, to have someone like you in our state doing what you do, it's priceless. JJ, the view from on top of Cougar Hill is like no others. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Marcos. Noah Ciosi from Vacaville, California. That's his guy. He's listed as the number 2 nose guard behind Gafafaga. All right, so you see him. Watch for number 92 over the weekend. You go back to the phones here in a second. I got this on my text line. It says, here's my concern about the facility. Obviously, Fernando invited a lot of legislators to the End Zone Club on Saturday, and it was a strong turnout. I spoke with many of them, and a handful told me that if we can put a couple of more of these kind of games together with strong attendance for a couple of years, then coming up with the money for a new facility at the stadium shouldn't be a problem. My takeaway is this. The legislature supporters want UNM to succeed, and they want to invest, but they're waiting to see 2 or 3 years of consistent winning and strong attendance before committing funds. Feels like the classic build a program before we invest in the program. God forbid we invest into a program so we can build a program. We're as good as what our record says, 3-1, and I'll tell you right now, besides the first half of the state game, this is the best coach team I've seen in years. That gets a lot of credit for us being 3-1, and you better pay Eck to stick around. If that, in fact, is the issue, I mean, I got to see this a bunch of times. We got to have this problem a bunch of times before we decide that we're going to convene the next year and see if we can get the funds. And I mean, that sounds like New Mexico to me.
That sounds like it's never going to happen.
100%. If that, in fact, is the way it is, that sounds like New Mexico.
You're going to do this study, and then we'll commission this, and then we'll talk to that guy.
Well, maybe in 3 years, if they keep winning, then we'll introduce it and have a vote, and then it'll get tabled, and then we'll come back the next year, and then maybe we could find the funds. So 2 years later, maybe they can break ground, and 7 years later, and we're all sitting here doing the same damn thing. Yeah, to me, that's a problem. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Edward.
Welcome to October, boys. I sure hope Marcos is still listening. What a great call. And Marcos, continue that fight and progress with the AA that he referenced. So, yeah, a lot of good points he made. One of his points about the view from Cougar Hill, I've had a lot of nice views from the Cougars. So, now, the Red Sox, long-suffering Red Sox fan the last decade, I kind of gave up on them when they gave Mookie Betts to the Dodgers and gave you that championship there, Jeffrey. But now I have renewed hope with that win yesterday, and we'll see how all that goes. I have friends that went to the game. I'm so proud of the UNM program and even state, right? I think they're both on the right trajectory. And my friends, they're in my demographic. We're old, grumpy guys. And he said one of the gates, the rush was so bad at the gate, they just stopped looking at tickets. And I said, well, I didn't have tickets. Maybe I should have gone down there. Yeah. But overall, very positive for the community. And maybe there was more than whatever they announced the crowd to be. Because he definitely told me they just stopped taking tickets because everybody bum rushed the gate. But there's bigger issues to think about. Hey, the status of the Cowboy Packers game, this is the state of those two fan bases. I've never seen a fan base celebrate a tie like they won the Super Bowl. Like, all my friends that are Cowboy fans had this they were rejuvenated and had all this optimism after the game. And my friends that are Packer fans were clearly disappointed that the game ended in a tie. So it just goes to show you the governing psychological dynamics of the fan bases. Yep. I found that to be curious. That's right. I will have a watchful eye on my guy Pavia this weekend. I think they're going to beat Alabama, Jeffrey and JJ. And I think it was Johnny Football said he might be on the sideline wearing Pavia's jersey in support of him being a Heisman candidate.
I was just going to say,
honestly,
do we
I've
think
said this for a few weeks now? He's the best quarterback in the country right now.
I don't know if that's football. Right, but should he be a legitimate Heisman candidate? And I think the answer is yes. And if they win this weekend, the answer is absolutely yes.
Yeah, and I want you guys to, and we know this, right? For a guy from the South Valley of Albuquerque or wherever he's from, which I'm very proud that he's from here, to go in with New Mexico State and beat Auburn or Alabama, and then to go in and beat Auburn, right? That's amazing. And then I'm thinking he's going to repeat that and beat Alabama this weekend. So looking forward to it. Enjoy this beautiful weather, and welcome to October.
See, I don't know if they beat Alabama this weekend, but if JJ, I mean, how is he not a Heisman candidate? He threw 5 touchdowns and ran for another against Utah State. If they beat Alabama again this weekend, and like Alabama's nice right now, and they're not going to catch Alabama sleeping, and right there's last year, there's plenty for Alabama to remember. How are we not having a conversation about him?
Yeah, he starts doing this in SEC play on a consistent basis. Absolutely.
All right, got emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. That's where these come in. Meme Machine says, you asked the softball question of the week. Let me hit it out of the gym for you, Jeffers. Yesterday you asked what happened to civility at sporting events. It went out the door when clubs learned they can make huge money selling booze, and now even more money having tailgates and getting folks get 3 sheets to the wind even before they enter the stadium. So you think this is all booze fueled and it's new because they weren't selling booze. I mean, they didn't at college events. I know that, two decades. All right. Ren says reaction to Rider like the Wednesdays. Jeff, the way Jack LaLanne is playing the last couple of weeks, I haven't heard a single Lobo fan tell me they should have paid huge money to keep Dylan Dampier. It's interesting. It did make you forget about Devin Dampier a little bit quicker, huh? I haven't heard that. Have you?
No, but let's.
Yeah, I'm not telling you.
Devin Dampier is the better player.
Correct. But
Devin Dampier was awesome, and if Devin Dampier had this support system, it'd look even crazier.
But you replaced him pretty well in your 3-1.
Because you're able to build a football team.
That's correct. That is correct. Teller says pitch count, Jeff, and college guys are regularly in for 120 to 130 plays. Yet when they get to the pros, you can hear the concern in Sushan's voice. They get to 80. They get up to 90. He's calling 911 to have a medical team standing by. I'm not sure guys are throwing 120, 130 pitches on a regular basis in college baseball. You may see it in the postseason where they extend them a little bit. They're not throwing regularly 120 to 130 pitches. They're just not. Lobo Hobo says, or maybe Lobo football was just lucky. Here you go. You want your cold water? You want your damp towel?
Ice me up.
Idaho State was really depleted when they played at University Stadium. Since New Mexico State hasn't played their Tennessee game yet, I don't think they've been exposed for how bad they are. And 0-12 is 0-12. I don't care if UCLA is on the front of your uniform. Lobo Hobo. See? So nothing matters. Just beat 3 crappy
beat
teams.
the not good team by 18 points. How much are you supposed to beat them by?
Yeah.
Does it have to be 35?
Look, man. I didn't write it.
I know.
I just read it. Just needed you, a little cold water on your parade. Don't enjoy
cold
your
enough in here, man. I need a winter jacket. On that.
It's Lobo Hobo. Don't enjoy your 3-1 team. Be miserable. You are New Mexico. Remember who you are. You're supposed to be miserable and grumpy and call in and tell me how it doesn't matter. So if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. Thanks, Lobo Hobo. Gotcha.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah,
everybody's
got a lane.
That just goes along with we like failure and suffering more than anything else. Like we laugh at the groin shots. We laugh at everything else. We love to tell you suck or you're a failure or this guy's awful. Like it feels like the sports world enjoys that more than success.
100%, man.
Like just making sure like, oh, this number 1 pick's played 3 games. He's awful. He sucks. Oh, this coach coached 3 games. He's awful. He sucks. Fire him. And this is out of nowhere, but it was on my mind and I wanted to throw it out there. Maybe something we can dive into. There's some stuff trickling out with the Pac-12 and Mountain West lawsuit. And the Mountain West was trying to get some stuff dismissed, and that did not happen. So they're going to go back and negotiate money-wise. But one thing I don't get in this situation, I understand the frustration from Mountain West fan bases, but the teams that are leaving the Mountain West, how stoked they are to see the downfall of the Mountain West. I just don't understand that. Move on. Pay your dues and move on. Why are you so excited if the Mountain West blows up?
Yeah, somehow
I don't understand that.
They feel that the Mountain West kept them down for all these years, and now they've exalted to the top of the mountain.
These freaking Oregon State fans out of nowhere, rooting for the downfall of the Mountain West. Why?
Yeah. No, why? San Diego State, Boise State fans are so, even now Utah State, and they're along for the ride, but they are so cheering for the fall of the Mountain West. And can I make an argument with you? As I look at the standings, Boise State may or may not be the best team in this league. We're going to find out when they play UNLV, right? Who do you think is a better team right now? I think it's pretty comparable. I'm not ready to kill Boise State for losing to South Florida, just like everybody else. All right? But after that, I guess Fresno State's good. They're 4-1.
Well, Fresno State thought like the Lobos, all right, let's get in the Mountain West play, see if you can find some consistency, see what it's all about.
The teams who are staying around, I think San Jose State's going to be better, but we'll see. New Mexico is 3-1. UNLV is 4-0. Hawaii is 4-2. We're doing all right, no? The demise of the league, it's going to be different. But I'm with you. The vitriol from these fan bases that are leaving, that somehow this league kept them down, and now they're going to excel because they got to shed New Mexico and Wyoming and Reno and all the bottom dwellers that were just pulling us down. All right, because you guys are killing it. Because Colorado State's awesome right now. And San Diego State's 3-1. They had that big 6-3 win over Northern Illinois. They're terrific. All right. Wrap you up when we get back. Still have time for you to get in at 505-246-0610. I got a few more emails that just came in. I'll get to them. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
About the day today, Dodgers won last night, 10-5. 1-0 lead headed into tonight. It's a best of 3, all of these are. Red Sox beat the Yankees in New York 3-1. Tigers beat the Guardians 2-1. I know it's Guardians. And the Cubs were winners over the San Diego Padres 2-1. All those games again today, Tigers and Guardians at 11, Cubs and Padres at 1, Yankees and Sox at 4, and then Dodgers and Reds tonight. You have a change in quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. They have benched Joe Flacco. Dylan Gabriel, the rookie third-round pick out of Oregon and Central Florida and Oklahoma, and did I miss anything? He'll be the starting quarterback for the Browns in London when they play Minnesota. Wait, Cleveland versus Minnesota in London. That's correct. And then we're still Lamar Jackson. Some reports may miss a few weeks with the hamstring injury. This just came down this morning. The Atlanta Braves, Brian Snitker, will not return as the manager for the Braves this season. The Braves failed to make the postseason for the first time since 2017. So the Braves announced the end of his managerial run at 10 years. He will stay with the organization in an advisory.
It's an adversary.
Or in an advisory role. All right, so that's what you got to know as you go through your day. A couple more that came in this morning. Gopher doesn't want to put money into the stadium. If you don't build a church for Easter Sunday, Jeff. If you only go once a year on that day, there's going to be traffic, standing room only, lack of restroom. Your church isn't going to throw a ton of money at the problem until folks start showing up every Sunday. Okay? Dave says, Cowboy game. I'm a Cowboy fan, and I was upset the game ended in a tie. Frustrated about the Cowboy defense giving up leads. Edwards' Cowboy friends must be idiots, or he's exaggerating a game. We'll see how good Vandy is this weekend. First game versus a real team. Good luck, Pavia. Big challenge for them. Go Doyers. It's from Dave. All right, Aaron. Let's get you in before we get out of here. Good morning, Aaron. You're on the Sports Animal. How you living?
Hey, real quick, I think we're a little too early on the Diego Pavia Heisman Trophy. I mean, you realize he played Charleston Southern,
right?
Georgia State, Utah State.
Yep.
I mean, don't you at least have to play a ranked team?
That's why I said
it's terrible.
Yeah, that's why I said if they beat Alabama this weekend, don't we start having that conversation?
Yeah, I think that's a big if. You're going into Tuscaloosa. That is a much bigger ask than getting them at home last year and them overlooking you.
100%.
They put it on them.
Yep.
The rest of his games, with the exception of 2, are against ranked opponents.
Yep.
We'll have a Heisman Trophy even conversation, or the word Heisman Trophy coming out of our mouth after he plays or beats a top 25 team. Because you can't win the Heisman Trophy without at least playing a
100%.
team,
You're
let
right.
alone beating.
You're 1,000% right. No, I appreciate you, man. Now you got to throw you throw in Charleston Southern and Utah State and Georgia State.
South Carolina.
You kind of
was on the
forgot.
schedule.
Yeah, you forgot South Carolina and Georgia at Virginia Tech. Like you give them credit for beating South Carolina, going on the road and winning 31 sets. Did he get a little credit for that? At that point, they were the 11th ranked team in the country.
At this point in time, we're talking about there is no favorite.
Right, and that's why this is wide open.
What would the watch list look like now that we're getting into conference play?
Yeah. I mean, give him you don't have to like him, but give him the credit for going to South Carolina and beating them. Oh, their quarterback got hurt. Yeah. And he put 31 up against that defense, and they beat the 11th ranked team in the country. And you know what they got coming at them next? If you look at the rest of it, Alabama, LSU, Missouri, Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. No, I didn't I predicate that if they beat Alabama this weekend.
Yeah, you have guys that as they get into the conference schedule, Fernando Mendoza, Indiana could climb up that list. The big win for Dante Moore showing it on the road, he could be climbing up that list this time.
All right, good call though. Don't be a stranger. Thank you to Sean Ryder. He was with us today. Jack Lane's going to be with us tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, the Lobo quarterback. And we'll talk with Jerry Palm at 9 o'clock, and we'll do Two Idiots, Too Many Teams after that. The Herd with Colin Coward is next. The Jim Rome Show is after that. I think you get Kenny Thomas this afternoon because he's asked me to be on a show with him. So I'm pretty sure Kenny Thomas is in. And then we're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Adrian, great work on the visuals. TV show looks great. He is J.J. Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.